Hello there, everybody. Welcome to the final Top Hat Lounge episode of the season. All of our divisions are reaching their climactic conclusions. Tonight in the lounge, we'll be discussing the results from the past week, including the finals in Arbiter and the semifinals that were played in other parts of the league. We'll take a look at some win screens to do a bit of a deeper dive on our streamed matches from this past week. And of course, we will preview the upcoming finals that will be played in the next few days. I am your host, Crewman44. I have some more amazing guests in the lounge tonight to help round out our conversation concerning what has transpired this season. Guys, for introductions, please give us your IGN, your team, your role that you played this season. And I would also really love it if you could share with us what has been your favorite moment from this season of the LXC. Pillen, will come to you first.
I'm Philip Morales. I play on Bunny Brawler Paws. I play top lane. My favorite moment is probably my pentakill. I got a Camille pentakill. Pretty cool. Yeah.
That's a good one. That's sounds like a highlight for sure. Up next, Piglet, I believe we have you next.
Oh, hi, I'm Piglet. I'm the owner of NLE and sometimes occasional sub for them as well.
Fantastic, fantastic. What are you, just like a pure fill player? You just sub in anywhere that you're needed?
Yeah, they kind of just ask me to come in and I'll just play a game or two.
Sure, sure. Did you have a favorite moment from this season?
Um, that time I got to play top lane Vayne. That was it.
Sounds like a fun one. No doubt, no doubt. Last but not least, a returning guest to the lounge, I believe.
Returning from like last split, I guess.
Ah, nice.
All good, all good. Hi, I'm Resilient. I'm the ADC and captain for Clown Gaming, Blood Moon. And favorite moment would be I was about to get a penta. I was really close. I was one Caitlyn auto away, and my jungler W'd on Wukong, flash W'd on Wukong, pressed Q, and went, oh, my Q did more damage than I thought it would. Bruh.
Got it.
Oh man. So you're just getting one upped by Pilum then, basically. Your best moment was an almost pentakill. That's a little bit unfortunate.
Yep.
Well, I'm sure your jungler learned a valuable lesson from that experience.
She was laughing, and you know, it's okay.
Well, I
It
guess
happens.
it's hard to say exactly what that lesson might have been, but regardless, thank you guys all for joining us tonight for our, again, our final episode of the lounge for the season. It feels like it's gone by so quickly, as I can't even believe it. I was when I first joined today, I was a little bit in shock that we're already here to the very, very end of LXC Winter Season 2. It's been an incredible ride, but let's go ahead and get into it, guys. Get things started here. We're actually going to start with the Sentinel League tonight, as we should have Gragoset joining us in just a little while. So we're going to need her insights before we tackle what happened in Arbiter. So we're going to start out with the Sentinel League this evening. So taking a look at what we have up first, our bracket, of course, where we're going to be starting off this conversation. TD Blessed, unfortunately, having to forfeit that semifinal against the Rivals. That is really, really tragic. I'm not entirely sure, actually, what happened there. But we did also see roster issues, it sounds like. It's not able to get enough players on the Rift. Really, really tragic for TD Blessed. Or maybe there was some other kind of roster issue. But regardless, it does look like we did have the Bunny Brawler pause, able to take the win in their semifinals. Congratulations on that, Pilum. And you are going to be going up against the Rivals there in the grand finals. So Pilum, able to get the 3-1 there over Roar. What were your thoughts on that match? What were your takeaways from that one?
I think we played really well. We played to our win cons in most of our games. We went really late in a lot of them, which probably could have ended a little sooner, but wanted to be safe and make sure we really carry out our wins. Our loss was really just sloppy by us. We played really poor in the early game, and Rar took advantage of it and got the win in that one.
I see, I see. So you don't necessarily feel like you and the rest of the team are playing your best League of Legends, but enough to get the job done. Is that fair to
Yeah,
say?
I mean, I definitely think we could have definitely played more clean series, and I think that's what we're going to aim for this week.
Yeah, I think you're going to need to bring your best game going up against the Rivals. Before we preview that matchup, how It's a little bit weird to talk about the other semifinal since it didn't actually end up being played. But in a hypothetical world where it was played, do you feel like the rivals probably would have taken it regardless?
Yeah, I think they had pretty good odds to win that one. I
Mhm.
think I think rivals were always probably going to be the other person we see on the bracket here. I think it was the one I was kind of expecting going into playoffs. So
All right. Well, we'll dive a little bit more into that matchup you've got coming up, Pillow, in just a little while. For now, we're going to go ahead and take a look at some win screens that we do have from this match that you just played against Roar in that semifinal. So taking a look at game one here, looks like you were on the Olaf for this one. And you did take the win in game number one, but I see what you mean about that game time. A little bit long and almost 42 minutes there on the clock before you and the rest of the team were able to close it out. Rumble in the jungle, that's pretty exciting. Uh, what
damage.
can you share with us about this game?
Oh, the rumble damage is gross. It's
Yeah.
insane how much damage that guy's doing. Just blinding it and just going. It's really crazy. Um, we took some silly deaths disrespecting Rek'Sai, and I didn't play my best game ever. I was like a week out of league due to
Mm.
IRL things, and I just played pretty poorly topside, and we had rough times mid, but we ended up cleaning it up in our team fights through the mid and late game to win out that game. I believe we lost a Baron and an Elder in that game.
Wow. Sounds like it was pretty down in the dirt, right? Real
Yeah,
slugfest in that first one. But yeah, really interesting to see that you went with the Rumble on the R1 there, very, very early on in the draft. So clearly, this is a pick that you guys were planning on bringing out in this match, right?
yeah. We like the Rumble. The Rumble's really good. We got a lot of picks in the jungle that we're very comfortable just straight up taking, and it's up to the other team to decide if they're willing to play against it.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want you to reveal anything. If you feel like answering this question would compromise your strategy for the finals, then obviously don't say anything. But are you able to flex the Rumble as well? Have you
Yeah,
busted out the Rumble yourself?
definitely.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
I mean, I haven't busted it out. Like I haven't had to because my jungles are so confident with it. But if it's necessary, we're more than willing to flex it.
Okay. Yeah. Good to know. Good to know. That could be something that the rivals have to be concerned with. Taking a look at that matchup against you guys. But for our other guests here, Resilient, Piglet, either one of you guys have anything to add with this game one screen? Anything jumping out at you? Or taking a look at any of the other win screens? Anything interesting here that you guys want to touch on?
I was looking at just the majority of the win screens, and it feels like, I mean, you guys played solid individually. Your mid laner, however, did struggle most of the games he had, like, deficit. I mean, he was against Big Pickle, to be fair, in his weird Aphelios mid lane. Um, but yeah, as long as you guys can, not allow that deficit to be turned into a lead for the enemy team, I feel like you guys are fine. Because most of you guys are, like, your champ pools are looking nice. Your ADC is cracked, I guess. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
stuff like that, son. So
So Pillam, were you guys expecting it to be a tough matchup in the mid lane going into this match? Like what was the mindset of JK going up against Stink
Um,
Pickle in this one?
I don't think it was supposed to be as tough as it was. I think JK had an off day,
Hmm.
which we all have. We all know how it goes. I think he was just
Yeah.
making some silly mistakes that I don't think he would make on 9 out of 10 days. And I think he'll be fine going into our next games, like going even or winning his lane.
All right, all right. Love to hear that vote of confidence in the mid laner. It looks like game two is the game that you guys ended up losing. That's the game that Roar managed to take off you guys. Yone
Yeah.
jungle. What's
Yeah.
going on here?
That was a
I just
weird
realized that
draft.
I'm gonna be 100%.
Look at this draft. It was so weird.
Let me see. Let's pull it up. Let's
It
take a
was
look
a
here.
really goofy draft from our POV.
Okay, so there's the Rumble again. You guys are, like you said before, very confident with the Rumble. Took it on the B1, and then immediately Yone the answer. I wonder if that was planned to go into the jungle the whole time.
um, I don't think it was because they hovered Rek'Sai bot